What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the CoinTalk Podcast YouTube channel. We are back with another deep dive.
Yes, we are.
And this one I think is super interesting.
I agree.
We're going to be talking about some recent developments in the crypto world.
Definitely so.
Specifically with Grayscale.
Oh, yeah. Grayscale is making moves.
They're making some serious moves in the ETF space. And Cardano is the latest to join the party.
It's pretty huge news, actually.
It is. I think it's really interesting, for folks who maybe aren't super familiar with what an ETF is in the first place.
Right. Yeah.
An exchange-traded fund. Basically, it's a way to invest in a basket of assets.
Yeah, you got it.
Right? You can think of it like instead of having to go out and buy all the individual ingredients for a cake,
I like that analogy.
you just buy the cake mix.
Boom. Exactly. You're investing in a pre-made portfolio.
Yeah, and in this case, that pre-made portfolio would be tied to Cardano.
Precisely.
But it's not just any Cardano ETF.
Right. This is where it gets even more interesting.
This is a spot Cardano ETF.
Yeah.
And this is the first time anybody's tried to do this in the U.S. market.
Yep. First ever attempt to bring ADA into the U.S. spot ETF market.
Which is huge.
It's a pretty big deal.
I mean, why is a spot ETF such a big deal?
So basically, with a spot ETF, you're directly holding the asset.
Okay.
So in this case, you're directly holding Cardano's ADA.
Makes sense.
It's different from other types of ETFs that might deal with like derivatives or futures contracts.
Right.
A spot ETF is about owning the actual coins.
Gotcha.
So this potentially offers greater transparency and less risk
Interesting.
because you're directly tied to the asset's price movements.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So, obviously this is big news for Cardano,
Yeah.
but what I find even more interesting is this is Grayscale's 60th crypto ETF filing this year.
60th, yeah.
Like, what are they doing?
Right. What's going on over there?
Are they trying to, like, corner the market or set some kind of record?
I mean, it's clearly a strategic move on their part, right? They're trying to expand access to digital assets beyond just Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Right.
I think they're very clearly bullish on the future of crypto.
Yeah.
And they're betting big on a diverse range of coins.
That makes sense. And, the market seems to like the idea.
For sure.
ADA's price jumped almost 11% after the news broke.
Almost 11%.
So, I mean, does that mean we should all be rushing out to buy Cardano?
Not necessarily. I mean, while the price jump does suggest that investors see the ETF as a vote of confidence in Cardano,
Right.
ADA is still significantly down from its all-time high.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's important to remember this ETF filing is just one factor among many that will influence Cardano's future.
That's true. It's not a guaranteed win by any means.
Exactly.
So what are the chances this thing actually gets approved?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is. What's the SEC's stance on all this?
It's interesting because the regulatory landscape is starting to shift. Analysts are actually predicting a high probability of approval for Litecoin and Solana ETFs.
Oh, wow.
And even Ripple and Dogecoin have decent odds.
Wait, Dogecoin.
Yeah.
The meme coin. They're talking about a Dogecoin ETF.
I know, it sounds crazy.
That's wild.
But that's where we are right now.
Wow.
The departure of a key figure from the SEC might actually be signaling a new era for crypto regulation.
Interesting.
So things are definitely changing.
Okay, so for all of our viewers over on the CoinTalk Podcast YouTube channel, what does all this mean for them? Should they be excited, worried? What's the takeaway here?
Yeah, I think the key takeaway is this flurry of ETF filings, especially a spot ETF for a major altcoin like Cardano, suggests a potential turning point for crypto as a whole.
Okay.
So easier access, more legitimacy, maybe even more stability could be on the horizon.
Right.
But as always, in this space, nothing is guaranteed.
That is a great point. Things move fast in the crypto world.
They do.
It can be tough to keep up. So if a Cardano ETF does get approved, what other altcoins do you think might be next in line for the ETF treatment?
Oh, man, that's a great question.
Yeah, let us know your thoughts down in the comments.
Yeah, what do you guys think?
And while you're down there, hit that subscribe button on the CoinTalk Podcast YouTube channel
Yes, please do.
so you don't miss any of our deep dives.
We've got plenty more coming.
We break down the latest crypto news so you don't have to.
Exactly.
Until next time.
See ya.